Hello everyone. I wanted to do a little one and done review for this week's bonus video, going first to the Patreons and everyone else. And I wanted to review this tequila from Santo Fino, which is the tequila brand endorsed by Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. And right now you should be saying, Scott, why are you reviewing a celebrity tequila? Like, this is a waste of your time, and our precious Patreon dollars. Well, let me tell you why. Well, there's two reasons, really. And it has to do first with that up there. See, this is not a regular tequila. This is a 110 Blanco. Meaning this is bottled at the legal maximum of 55% alcohol by volume. And that is a little bit of a shock because I've listened to some Sammy Hagar songs and he told me he couldn't drive 55. So the second reason why this is interesting is I was able to buy this in the Chicago area on sale for $42. So this absolute firebomb is sitting on the shelf next to Casamigos, the same price as Casamigos. So it just, given the power and the pricing, it really seemed like it was worth a shot just to grab this and see. Because even if it sucks, like, you can make margs, like high strength margs with this all summer long. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is so it's a Blanco. It is from NUM 1107, which is, I wrote it down, Tequila El Viejito. Well, it's in Jalisco. It's Ciénega, I think, is the region. The agaves are actually sourced. Sorry, I just lost my page. So the actual agaves are sourced from Los Altos, the Highlands. And I saw a little tour of this distillery, I think from Long Island Blue, actually, where it's an interesting distillery because the first part of production is relatively traditional. You're talking about brick ovens for baking your agave. You're talking about it's a mechanized roller mill, but it's pretty normal. And then you've got closed top metal tank fermentation, which means there's no wild yeast he's getting in, so we're starting to get a little bit more on the industrially side of things, but still not too much. And then you've got, it's an interesting still setup. They're calling it a hybrid still, a stainless copper hybrid. It's a copper still bottom with a stainless steel neck, and then right next to it you can see a whole bunch of other stainless steel columns. So I don't know the piping. I don't know exactly what goes into what, but it looks like they're doing some kind of initial stripping run that is still batch distillation, but they're doing their initial work in the pot, and it goes up to the columns for additional rectification. So that's an interesting combination. There's no diffuser here. We're not talking about raw alcohol that just has flavors thrown in. We're talking about proper distillation, baking, milling, all that stuff. But some things they seem to have cleaned things up a little bit from more traditional processes. So I'm very curious to try this. Again, so it doesn't have to be the best tequila in the world. At the pricing and at the strength, if it's good, it's probably a buy, just based on the value proposition. On the nose. Well, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell like an additive tequila. It doesn't smell like a birthday cake. That's a good sign. First note, and I hate to use this note. But I have to. Cooked agave, and I really hate to use that note because when you go read, tequila matchmaker reviews or something, and you just get these lists of it's got sweet agave and baked agave and roasted agave, and you're just like it just all reads like some kind of you're not getting useful information from that. But I mean, it's a very, very, very agave forward note. If you've been to like a fire where there's little bits of agave roasting, you're like, this is kind of what that smells like. We have also got junior mints and fresh basil. What is that? Light floral touch. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's elements in this that make me think of grungier tequilas that I've had. Cascuin, for example. But it's cleaner than that. Maybe that's the fermentation or the still design coming in. It's a relatively clean signature despite bringing a lot of the kind of, like junior mint sort of notes. The basil sorts of notes that I expect to be accompanied by mud and lime and grunge. So I don't hate it. That's a good sign. White pepper. I mean, there is a little bit of vanilla, but I don't think... It just smells like tequila, like agave-sourced vanilla. We're not... it doesn't taste... It doesn't smell like an additive. Although I guess it could be. I mean, they don't... They're not saying it's not. So, yeah, I mean, it smells... Honestly, it smells more like a Lowlands tequila, a Valles tequila than Altos. We're leaning more in that kind of like desserty mint chocolate chip ice cream kind of direction. No, I mean there's a little touch of floral in there maybe, but it just doesn't have the grunge, the earthiness that I usually expect from a Valles style tequila. A little bit of cinnamon, some cardamom. It's okay. I mean, so far, so good. Like, I would recommend this for the price. 8 minutes in. Man, I gotta wrap this up. Let me try this again. Hold on. Huh. I mean, maybe that's the nature of that. Maybe that's a hybrid still, or the fermentation. I mean, what this tastes like is kind of a blend. It's. I mean, this is what I would imagine. Like if you took a blend, like 40% of a Highlands-based tequila, and 40% of a Lowlands-based tequila, and then like 20% of something a little bit more refined coming off of a column still. If you blend those things together, that's kind of what this because it's got elements of all those regions, but it's also got a little bit of an ethanol note. It's not bad. It's just kind of there. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, but I would guess this is coming off the still just a little bit hotter, a little bit higher proof than a lot of the tequilas at some of the more artisanal distilleries. I'm guessing that's what's going on. That said, this is still very, very palatable. You are getting basil, fresh basil, little bit of like a fresh mint thing, but less sage as well. And kind of a masala chai thing as well. Yeah. Like sweet, milky stuff and cardamom and ginger. A little cinnamon too. Pepper. There's a little bit of a grunge thing, but it's some of that is soil. Some of it feels a little bit more. We're closer to like an ethanol kind of note, like a lemon pith, a little bit of a whipped cream, but it's not additive. It's just ethanol. You know, lemon pith, whipped cream, ethanol kind of note. Certainly, I mean, I'll add water to this. Why not? Get this down a little bit. 3, 4. This might take 5. Let's see. Do 4.5. Oh, okay. I'll do 5. Butterfingers. Yeah. We'll come back to this in a minute, but initial impression, I mean, this is certainly not my favorite high-proof Blanco Tequila of all time. There's lots of others I would recommend first. The Tapatio is amazing. G4 is amazing if you can get it. Casco Inn, there's a million bottlings out there. They're all pretty good, actually. What else? Oh, the Terralta. Which is basically also G4, but I like the G4 version a little bit better. But this is for just over $40 I would recommend this over Casamigos and over you name the stuff available at that range, like all day long. It's okay. So for the price, might as well jump into Flavortown, I guess. I'm sorry. I know more Sammy Hagar references than I do Guy Fieri references. So I'm doing the best I can. All right, let's go back to this, see what it's done. Oh. This can be a tricky one because there is an ethanol-y element to this. It's not aggressive. Like those of y'all who have put your time in on like better presented blended whiskeys. Like don't think like the Johnny Walker. Think like Black Bull or some of the high malt blends out there. This is kind of behaving a little bit like that. It's you get little hints of the ethanol in there, but it holds together. Sweetens up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of like a what is the red chewing gum with the cinnamon? This is gonna bug me. Is it just Big Red? It might just be Big Red. It's that gum. There's more minerality now. There's some rocks. Touch of lime peel. It's like a lemongrass kind of thing. It's become with water. It becomes a little bit more Los Altos. It becomes a little bit more Highland. It's still not as good as the Tapatio, but not much is. All right, on the palate. But the palate, it still remains more like a Valles tequila. It's more earthy. And actually, the earthiness is crawling in now. There's a little bit of topsoil kind of mingling with those junior mints, with the masala chai. more florals. Kind of like a clover's note, a little bit of a grassiness. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, it's big. It's definitely drinkable in this form. A little bit of an ethanol kick, especially on the palate. Not kick, that's the wrong word. Like a little whisper. A little whisper that there may be some ethanol notes coming through, but very pleasant in this form. And I'm going to call this in like an 84, which is a much higher score. I don't even remember what I gave the Casamigos Blanco when I reviewed it, but it's a much higher score than that. So, yeah, if you were looking for a mixing tequila at this price point, this is a great grab. Well done, Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. And yeah, we are rolling out. Thanks for watching, and cheers.